Hello, ladies and gentlemen, 'tis I, Michael A. Grimm, aka the Multi-Voice. I have many voices, but one opinion. And one thing I have to say, I've been watching a couple of sci-fi series lately. The problem is that most of the modern sci-fi series, they're getting kind of ridiculous lately, and they've been doing so many changes that it's just pretty much losing interest to most people. I mean, good thing that we have Paramount Plus. And during the time when we did have Paramount Plus, I started watching the Halo series. And while I was remembering the Halo series, I couldn't pick up where I left off on the Halo because all of a sudden now they have to you have to pay to watch the Halo series again. Pay to watch the Halo series, which I gotta say that's ridiculous. But I was watching another series and I'm going to be talking about the two series, and of course things that evolves from Halo. I'm going to be talking about Red versus Blue or the Halo series. Now, been getting the hiccups lately. That always happens every time I sneeze. Anyway, my thoughts about the Halo series. Um, the Halo series are the special effects is good. I'll give it that. And they really did captivate the video game version. Now, for those you are going to be asking me, no, I never played any of the Halo games because I don't have an Xbox. I always sticked with PlayStation, so I never did have an Xbox in my life. And also, one thing I have done, I've watched most of the cutscenes from the game, so I can get the gist of the story. And I knew that most of them are based out of the Aliens movies, especially with the Sergeant character who looks a lot like Apone from Aliens with the cap and the cigar. And one thing I'm kind of surprised of is that there are, I mean, the series of Halo was good. The special effects and they made the aliens look pretty much a lot like the characters from the game, except they changed a lot in the series. They're trying to make it more like like um like the government have top secret hidden information and a lot of betrayals on those who are in charge, which I gotta say that was ridiculous and stupid. I really hate shady governments who always don't go along with the hero's methods and everything, and always trying to shut them down. And one thing I really don't like what they did in the series is, of course, the reveal of Master Chief, played by Pablo Schreiber. Now, one thing I gotta say about Pablo Schreiber, he did a good job playing Master Chief. And I know that actor. I know his brother. Um, I forgot his. I know his last name was Schreiber, but I've seen him in tons of movies and shows. But one thing I remember Pablo Schreiber's performance is that I remembered him from Orange is the New Black playing that security guard called Porn Stash. Now, that was one character he played that I love to hate. I know he was terrible, he was awful and aggressive, and every time when he frisks the female inmates, he keeps groping them. And also, I saw him in Law and Order, where he played a male chauvinistic serial rapist, and boy, his performance was really creepy and very scary. But his performance was the first time I see him play the hero this time. I guess he's getting tired of playing bad guy. I mean, hell, if you get tired of playing bad guy, you should change performance, right? And of course, the same thing happens to actors who always play the hero and gets tired of it and decide to play bad guy. I mean, take a look at um, Christopher Reeve and also Michael Keaton. But the problem is that I remember in every single video game, Master Chief never removes his helmet. He never shows his face. And I remember in the final last one called Halo Infinity, Master Chief removed his helmet and all you see is just close up of his eyes and that was it. It doesn't show the whole face like they did in the series. I mean, I think the reveal of Master Chief face was too soon for the series. I mean, they should have waited for like other series, like they did on that series Mandalorian, where the main character, the Mandalorian, he never removes his helmet until later series, and one thing I also notice is that they're introducing Cortana. Now, this is what Cortana looks like from the TV series. They made her look exactly, make her look exactly like the younger version of the Doctor who helps out Master Chief throughout the game and also from the series. But also, she is voiced by the same voice actress who does the voice of Cortana from the game. Now, it kind of destroys the imagination of what most fans have because most people remember Cortana looking like this. So much for the whole Halo theory where they're saying that Master Chief has feelings for Cortana, so there might be a possibility of a romance between a high-tech futuristic soldier and a holographic guide, Cortana. But I've seen better I've seen better adaptations of Halo, and I'm going to be talking to you about the other adaptations they made. Starting off with the anthology animated miniseries Halo Legends. Now, Halo Legends was a good one because it had it had really great short stories, and they did one short episode where it's pretty funny. But one thing I really like is the 3D animation final episode, final story on the anime. And of course, in the beginning, it showed the origin of Halo, like the whole deal with the floods, which was pretty interesting. And then another one they made was called Halo 4 Forward Until Dawn. Down. Forward into Dawn. Or Forward into Down. However it's called. It was a really good live action story, even though it had nothing to do with Master Chief, but it tells a story about young new recruiters who are joining the army, joining the military, and going through their training, even the main character had like some kind of health problem. Like he has these reactions from his clothing, like he's allergic to his clothing. And then there's one Halo movie I haven't seen, but it is Halo based called Halo Nightfall. And one thing I remember in that movie is the trailer where they crash landed in an abandoned planet and they were trying to fight for their life in order to survive. But I don't know if Master Chief is in it or not. I mean, Master Chief did appear in Forward into Dawn, where at the end all the aliens kept attacking the military base and started killing all the young recruits until Master Chief showed up and tried helping them. But the one that was really good is, of course, Halo: The Fall of Reach. The Fall of Reach. That one was a pretty good one because the art style looks kind of comic book-ish, like it looks like a page out of a Halo comic book, but it's animated and it tells the backstory of Master Chief, aka John 1-7. I mean, John 1-17. And one thing I was kind of surprised of, I mean, this is how the whole story goes. When they find people who's going to be the new recruit for the futuristic military, one thing they do, they kidnap children, replace them with clones who ain't going to last long because they make sure they get sick in their early years and pass away, while the kids that they taken go through all the physical training and all the military stuff and train them all the way to become soldiers. You know, they should let their clones last a little longer so their family could populate in the future. I mean, have future generations, for crying out loud. And you know, those Halo series were way more. I mean, those Halo movies are way more interesting than the Paramount Plus Halo series. And one thing I would like to say, if I did have an Xbox, I might be interested on getting the Halo the Master Chief Collection. So I could go through the entire experience in the Halo universe. I mean, hell, I would have loved to have the I mean, if I ever have a PlayStation 4, I would love to have Mass Effect Legacy Edition, and I'm starting to see why. I mean, since Halo Paramount Plus is making the Halo series, and I heard the rumor that Amazon Prime was planning to make their Mass Effect version, doing a Mass Effect series for Amazon Plus, which I kind of see why they canceled it because they have. I mean, Amazon Prime has. I mean, they're struggling with the Stargate series, and of course they're still going on with their new series they're doing. But I did enjoy that one animated movie, Paragon Lost. I mean, Paragon Lost was a really good story. I mean, it tells the backstory of one of the characters on Mass Effect 3, James Vega. But if you ask me, if I decided to make a Mass Effect adaptation movie, I would here's what I would say. Instead of just having one Shepard commander, why not two? I mean, have a have a male Shepard and female Shepard as brothers and sisters. They're both a brother and sisters. Think up any kind of origin they can go through, like war hero and such. Some of them spacers, some of them colonists, some of them born in their own planet. And of course, the male shepherd would be a renegade, start acting like a jackass. While female shepherd, she's a paragon, so she'd be the nice one. And of course, having their relationship. My thoughts on Shepard and the relationship of every single alien character. Male Shepard, I like the relationship between Male Shepard and Tali Zora. I mean, hell, when I played Mass Effect, I ended up with Tali Zora because out of all the female alien girls that I started relationships with, I like being with Tali because Tali is more innocent in a way. I mean, she's a tech girl. She's a hypochondriac, and of course, she's one of those alien species. If they are stuck in their suits, if they take off their suits, they get sick easily and probably die. And they only remove their suits depend on whoever they fall in love with, if they want to link. And Talizora, she has a personality of a schoolgirl. I mean, you know how things are. I mean, schoolgirls, every time when the girl sees a good looking, handsome, dashing guy, and the girl starts having huge crushes on him, I mean, Talizora is like that. And the reason why I like Female Shepherd with Garrus Vakarian, because, I mean, it's cool that you have Garrus Vakarian, a Tarian, who is like best friends to Shepard. I mean, he's like the Chewbacca to Shepard's Han Solo. But but it's a lot more interesting if female Shepard decided to have relationships with Garrus, and I kind of like the relationship between Garrus and female Shepard because I mean the way Shepard play, I mean the way uh, Garrus Vakarian is when he's with a relationship with a girl, he kind of acts awkward. I mean, when it comes to a girl he likes, he's tried to be romantic, trying to be cool, but he always comes off awkward and embarrassing. I mean, he tries to act cool, but he always kind of acts a bit like an idiot. There goes my train. Missed my other train. But anyway, I mean, if you ever think about it, it's kind of interesting that the relationship between female Shepard and Garrus Vakarian. I mean, it's just like that one girl who wrote a song about him. Love that Garrus style, Garrus style. I love that Garrus style. Hey, Shepard lady, I love that Garrus style. But you know what? One thing I would love to have, I would love to have the graphic novel of the classic collection of the Mass Effect comic graphic novel. They finally did a full graphic novel with all the stories all together, all in one. Even though I have Volume 1, but I think I'm going to sell that one. And I probably might get a graphic novel like maybe Halo Odyssey, maybe. I mean, it's a maybe because I love science fiction and graphic novels. So, and now let's talk about the other one, Red versus Blue. Now, some of you have remembered I did talk about Red versus Blue on my review of Red versus Blue. If some of you haven't seen my review of Red versus Blue, that icon's going to pop up after I'm done. But my thoughts about it is this. Red vs. Blue had something going, even though it doesn't have Master and Chief, but it's set on the same universe. Even though I think they should have Master Chief appear as a cameo, but instead they had him appear to sponsor Farscape not Farscape, Fortnite. That video game where you play all sorts of different characters in this big war game. I never played it, but my cousin did. Speaking of cousin, I did play Mass Effect Andromeda. It was okay, but just not as good as the original trilogy of Mass Effect. But I haven't gone this far in the game. I think I've been going through a couple of glitches and whatnot. But one thing I would like to put is some updates and my thoughts about other things from Red vs. Blue. Like they made the Red vs. Blue miniseries. Like the story between Texas and Wyoming and Washington meeting York and meeting York getting killed by Wyoming and also some little bits and dab with the red and blues. I mean, they were pretty good miniseries, but the problem about Red versus Blue today, this is when they stopped making their Red versus Blue series. Their latest series they've done was, of course, Red versus Blue Zero. Yeah, Red versus Blue Zero. I mean, it was good, but it just didn't hold the candle of the original Red versus Blue. I mean, you have tons of new characters who's supposed to be replacing our original one. I mean, the only ones they always kept around is, of course, Washington and Carolina. And they did have Tucker showing up there for a moment, but they just sort of they just had him there, but didn't have him do anything except doing one of his bow chicka wow wow innuendos. And then they were trying to do like a spin-off called the Shattered Squad Family, where it's supposed to be like some kind of 80s family sitcom, but that's when they stopped. And now they've been doing like Halo series recap, and I guess they stopped doing that because of spoilers for those who never watched it. But to me, the original series of Red versus Blue is still great, and it's still, I mean, no matter how many times I watch it, I'll still keep watching it again because I just love the comedy, the science fiction humor, and how the characters are. And one thing I would like to say, at least I did enjoy the Red versus Blue death battle. One thing I gotta say about the Red versus Blue death battle, it was their last hurrah. Even though the actor who does the voice of Caboose, I guess he was getting sick and tired of playing Caboose, so therefore they replaced him for the death battle. It's too bad because I really like the actor who did the voice of Caboose. I mean, he did a really damn good job. So, to my opinion, guys, if you want to watch something that is Halo or Halo related, my advice to you is watch Halo Legends and Forward Until Dawn, Nightfall, even though I haven't seen it because you got to pay for it to watch it, and that's a pain in the ass. And of course, The Fall of Reach. They're really good. Or just watch Red versus Blue, but avoid Red versus Blue Zero because I mean, it's interesting, but just didn't have the same thing as Red versus Blue had. But avoid the Halo series. Anyway, this is my review for the day. If you like this review so far, please leave a comment down below, hit like and subscribe for more. And I am the multi-voice reviewer. I remember so I can jog your memory.
Hi there, Master Chief here. And multi-voice reviewer is right. Avoid the Halo series because I thought they did a good job, but I see the point and the problem. And also, just enjoy the Red vs. Blue and the other adaptations. This is Master Chief, telling you all, thank you for watching. Later.